All right, guys, welcome back into another PGA DFS video. My name is Eric Paul Zima with 95 Sports. Going to be breaking down the Shriners Children's Open, going over the top plays and core plays as they come, kind of showing you my first lineup thoughts as well. So if you guys enjoyed this coverage, make sure to give a like and subscribe. If you guys want to, comment your favorite play as well down in the comment section below. That all helps out the channel, which thus helps me help you guys out. But without further ado, let's get into the picks. So as you guys will see, I will have some kind of updated slides, I guess, if you will, graphics below, which is going to help to pick up the pace of the videos, kind of giving my thoughts, general thoughts for the slate, key stats, and whatnot, just to try to pick up the pace. So the thing with this slate is that we have three kind of standout plays, maybe even four standout plays, okay? Whether that's Patrick Hanley, okay, Patrick Hanley going to be an elite play, and I'll touch on him in a second. Max Homa, obviously just in stellar recent form. Last year made 20 out of 23 cuts in a row, coming off a fifth and a first place finish, pretty standout play there. Sungjae Im just always popping. Great recent form out of him. Aaron Wise, who, kind of a step down. Okay, and I would say my biggest lineup approach would be try to fit two of Cantlay. It's probably just going to be Cantlay and Sungjae Im into your builds. Like, that is probably what I'm going to do. I don't mind Aaron Wise as well. Great form for him. So I don't know if I need to do this, but let's just, for the formality of the video, let's do this, the segment. All right, so Patrick Hanley to me is going to be a core play. Okay, Patrick Hanley, just a standout play. Look at course history rank. First in that with the 8th, 2nd, and 2nd place finish. Obviously phenomenal there. Recent form rank, first in that. We look at his last few starts, 7th, 1st, 57th, 2nd, 8th, 4th, 13th, 14th. Spectacular there. Second best specialist in the field. Once again, specialist data is just looking at all the key characteristics for that week's tournament: location, style of course, length of course, par, all that stuff. Okay, Patrick Hanley checking the box there as well. We look at the key stats. The key stats: birdie or better percentage, stroke gain approach, par 5 scoring, stroke gain total, stroke gain off the tee, all that stuff. He is really popping in as well. 4th best staff in the field. So obviously Patrick Hanley checking all the boxes. He is someone that you want to go out of your way to play. From there, I also see Sungjae Im as a core play. Sungjae Im, kind of just a slightly worse version of Patrick Hanley as a play. So Sungjae Im, 5th best course history. First last year, 13th, and 15th. And if we just went off of golfers that had 2 starts, at least at this tournament, he'd be 2nd best. Okay. Recent form-wise, excellent as well. Sungjae Im has went 2nd, 15th, 2nd, or 12th, 2nd, and then it kind of was bad for a little bit, but over his last, 5 starts, excellent there from Sungjae Im. Just kind of went through a lull last season. 22nd best specialist. I guess that'd be the knock on him. Not too worried about that. 2nd best staff in the field. Those two are definitely standout core plays to me this week. So, and then from there, I do really like Aaron Wise. I kind of touched on him there a little bit. You can see the recent form is there for Aaron Wise. So yeah, Aaron Wise coming in as the 4th best rated player in the 9-to-5 model. Recent form-wise, 13th, 15th, 31st, 13th, 5 straight made cuts in a row. Really elite there. His course history goes 8th, 2 missed cuts in a row, and then a 15th. So when he's made the cut here, phenomenal results. So this price point does make a lot of sense. And honestly, guys, I might just suggest betting these top 4 and then maybe 2 other players. And kind of that's it. I really expect one of these top-notch players to go on and win because they are kind of a step ahead of the rest of the field. I will say Taylor Montgomery's form is definitely intriguing. All right. So coming in, really stellar recent form, 18th best in the field. And that's without including his Korn Ferry Tour starts. If you include his Korn Ferry Tour starts, probably would be best in the field. Honestly, like just playing spectacular golf. Had the top 10 place finish last week, a 9th place finish there. Fortnite Championship had a 3rd place finish, just playing great golf. And then 1 missed cut and then 11th place finish. So 3 out of his last 4 starts on the PGA Tour have been top 12 finishes. So great stuff there. Using a small sample size, key stat wise, 5th best or top 5 staff in the field, just using that stuff. So excellent stuff there from Taylor Montgomery. Now dropping down into that mid-tier price point range being, $9K to $8K range. Brian Harman is a player that is kind of standing out. So he missed a cut at this event last year, but then finished 13th and 18th the following years. Across the board, he's just kind of a stellar play. 5 straight make cuts in a row. Pretty strong finishes there, 21st, 35th, 3rd, barely made the cut the Putnam Championship, but did make the cut 6th, miscut 8th. He has just been playing some good golf for quite a while. So it just wouldn't be shocking to see him go out, make the cut, and probably get a top 20 finish. He's a top 25 staff hit, top 30 in course history rank, recent form rank, top 20, overall ranking out top 10 in the 9-to-5 model. He is at a good price point. He should be at a safe price point as well. The next play that I really like is going to be Taylor Pendrith at 8.7. The problem with these plays here is that you certainly do want to pay up for the studs. So these players like Taylor Pendrith Pendrick, like Brian Harman, and a couple of the other names I'm going to list are just harder to fit into your builds. That is the nature of the week that we have. Okay, but Taylor Pendrith comes in as a top 10 stat fit, ranking top 25 or better in all the key stats that we're looking at in the field. So good stuff there from Taylor Pendrith. Recent form rise, really elite too, top 5 there. And that's even with a 67th and a 68th place finish. Still made the cut in those events, which is huge. So he's made 10 straight cuts in a row. So even when he hasn't had it all together, he's still been able to find a way to make a cut. That is something my model is geared towards, is like gearing towards those cut makers, okay? So that's part of the reason why he's ranking out extremely well this week in recent form rank. Overall, top 30 play is someone that should be able to make the cut. Then JT Poston. JT Poston is definitely going to be a risk-reward based play. Okay, prior to last week had been in some of the best recent form. Then last week came and he was terrible. Okay, so I know DraftKings isn't showing it there. The 9-5 that I have pulled up is, so he finished 133rd last week. Prior to that, 15th, 35th, 20th. Good stuff there. Doesn't have good course history either. Okay, he is just a hit or miss option. He's made 1 out of 4 cuts in the last 3 or 4 years. So nothing you want to go crazy with, but could he have a pop week? He could. He's the top 10 specialist and a top 10 staff fit. So he could have a good week. It wouldn't be that shocking, but risk reward and more on the risk side. And then Denny Mccarthy as well to round out the mid-tier range. Denny McCarthy has made 3 out of 4 cuts here over the last 4 years. Did have a 9th and 15th place finish here 3 and 4 years ago. Missed the cut at this event last year though. Okay, Denny McCarthy has also made 4 straight cuts in a row on the PGA Tour. We can see last year only 6 missed cuts total last year, which is pretty phenomenal. Overall ranks out as the top 10 play in the 9-5 model. He is someone that, typically speaking, if you just roster him each and every week, and he's at a pretty good price point, if you just roster him each and every week, he should be able to get a made cut for you. All right, so now dropping down into that low tier price point range, that 8K to 7K price point range, we're going to start off with Thomas Dietry, who was in contention to win last week, kind of fell off at the end, kind of on the weekend stretch, but he looked good, and he has been someone that has been pretty solid for a while here. If you look at his PGA Tour starts, he's went 9th, 12th, miscut 12th. Okay, so that's really good there. Corn Ferry Tour Championship missed the cut. Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship missed the cut. I don't know. It's tough to factor in the Corn Ferry Tour Championship results, especially for a guy like Thomas Dietry, who has just been going from tour to tour. It's tough to measure that. It just is, because that's a lot of travel, a lot of different setups for those tournaments as well. Talking the mentality, your mentality of the golf game is just getting thrown off when you do that. But at 7.9, he is someone that I could see making the cut. Not a terrible play for you. Kind of continuing my cut makers trend, we got Adam Hadwin. Adam Hadwin has finished 6th, 34th, and 4th at this tournament, which is obviously really good. We can see he has made a decent amount of cuts in a row now. That missed cut at the John Deere Classic, still bittersweet. I think it was a core play that week. That's 75 and then 67. So really just one bad round there over his past 7 starts. So, he should be able to make the cut. You expect him to make the cut. Even when he doesn't have all of his stuff, he is still making the cut. Made the cut last week, finishing 45th. Once again, DraftKings does not have that updated. He has top 10 course history, top 30 specialist. Staff fit is a little bit lacking, 42nd there, and top 25 in recent form rank. Overall, though, ranks out as a top 15 play. At his price point, he should be a safe play as well. Taylor Moore was someone I was on a lot last week. I don't mind him as a play. For me personally, I just find myself going with Matt Kuchar a little bit more, but Taylor Moore firmly in play. If you end up playing him, I like it. I'll probably end up on him more and more as the week goes on. But Matt Kuchar was a play that caught my eye just because he was finished 35th, 34th, and 57th at this tournament. So 3 straight make cuts at this tournament. Really doesn't have a weakness for this tournament. He should just be someone that makes the cut. Once again, that is what I'm looking at. At the Fortnite Championship, finished 12th. So talk about flipping the switch for a new season. He might be someone that did that. We'll have to wait and see. A little bit of a risky play, but I do think he's going to be a strong play. Now, guys, this price point range is loaded with quality plays. Mark Hubbard's there. I think he's fine. Matthew Naismith's there. He's fine. Wyndham Clark. He's fine. Chris Kirk, I almost messed that up. He's fine. My boy Troy Money Merritt, he's fine. These are all fine plays, okay? So it is tough to find a big edge. And there is one that I'll touch on after this player, but Ryan Palmer here, I do think is a fine play. He's made 3 out of his last 4 cuts on the PGA Tour. We can see that miscut at the Rocket Mortgage Classic was an under par finish, which just means he didn't play well enough to make the cut. At this tournament, he's went miscut 34th, 37th, and 7th. So he has had some good starts at this tournament. Overall, he's just not a terrible play. Overall, he's someone that should make the cut. Actually ranks out top 20 in the model. He's someone that I like a lot, but not someone I'm going like uber crazy with. All right, so the next core play is going to be Andrew Putnam, who just early on in the season has been a player I've been targeting a ton. I don't know about you guys, but last week ended up on him a decent amount, ended up on him in my main build. Then obviously the first week ended up on him a lot. So, we want some better results from him, especially throughout the weekend. Looked like he could have been in contention last week. Kind of fell off there, but still good form out of him. Ranks out top 10 in the field. And he has played well at this tournament, going 11th, 58th, 18th. Good stuff there. Stat fit wise, top 20 in the field. Specialist wise, 46. So no real suggestions that he should struggle this week. And at this price point of 7.3, he is someone you can easily fit into your builds and kind of feel good about it. Like ranks out top 10 in the 9 to 5 mile. That he should be a play that should be chalky, in all honesty. Like just playing great golf at a cheap price point. Even if he misses the cut at this price point, it's not going to hurt you too much. And then from there, we're going to get into the value plays. So Tarin here, he is someone that we kind of just know when it comes to a tournament that is going to be easier scoring events, he's going to play well. He made the cut last week, played really well, kind of just had a natural lull after he made the FedEx Cup playoffs. I think that was a big goal of his, and he did that. You're not as mentally sharp. I think he's going to be good to go again this week. At 7K, it is cheap for a guy that has proven he's pretty good at these easier scoring events. Grayson Sigg is another one of those players kind of at this price point range that is catching my eye. Grayson Sigg finished 47th at this event last year. He had a top 10 finish last week, also finished 51st and 61st in his last few starts on the PGA Tour. We can see the Rocket Mortgage Classic didn't treat him well. The Wyndham Championship didn't treat him well, but before that, did play well. 7th at the 3M Open, 26th at the Barracuda Championship, 27th at the Barbasol, and then a 16th at the John Deere Classic. What's the common theme with all those events? They are lesser caliber events, so it does seem like his game has turned up for those lesser caliber events. He's a guy that ranks out as a top 15 specialist, does rank out top 50 in the 9 to 5 model, which for this price point is good enough, especially given that top 10 finish last week. And then sticking with that price point range, we got Lee Hodges here. So Lee Hodges finished 27th at this event last year. He did miss the cut, the Fortnite Championship, but he finished 73rd, so missed the cut on the number there. Fouled it up with a 30th place finish last week. Prior to that, he had a 13th, 47th, 44th, 16th place finish. He is top 25 in recent form rank, going to be a top 35 stat fit as well with no real struggles stat fit wise. So we'd love to see that. Top 40 specialist as well. Ranks out top 40 in the 9 to 5 mile. He is someone that I do expect to make the cut. And as we can see, we can kind of make a decent build work by going with this strategy, by paying up for Patrick Hanley, Sunjay, hoping that one of those two win. And then we're just hoping for some made cuts out of our two, Adam and Andrew, and then Lee Hodges. We'll see. Let's try to find another value play, and I'm really shocked at kind of the price point of this next value play, which is Chris Goddard up, and I'm assuming it just comes from him struggling on the Korn Ferry Tour. Maybe, I don't know. He has played well on the PGA Tour. I guess his last few starts weren't that good. 4 straight made cuts in a row on the PGA Tour. Does rank out as a top 20 stat fit in a small sample size, a top 20 specialist. Okay, recent form rate still top 30. At 6.8, he is not a terrible play. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Okay, like he is someone you could play. Let's try to find a 6K or 6.5K play to kind of finish out this first look build. Actually, guys, I couldn't really find a good 6.5K play. Strange, honestly. So probably gonna have to rebuild a little bit. Maybe we can't afford Patrick Hanley, maybe, which would be unfortunate. Obviously, I want to be able to afford Patrick Hanley, but let's just go with Aaron Wise just to see what it would look like. We have a decent amount of salary left over, and then we can fit maybe Matt Kuchar, maybe Taylor Moore. Any of those guys. We'll put in Matt Kuchar just for now, like a decent looking first look build, not elite, but not terrible. But that's all I have for you guys for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give me a like and subscribe. I do appreciate that. If you guys want to become a 9 to 5 member, it is $10 a month. The best value in PGA DFS, gives you access to all the tools in the industry that you guys would need. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and as always, let's keep cashing.